Good morning, guys. Welcome to this episode of Big South Outdoors TV. Yeah, you guessed it, I'm riding down the road again, and I'm not really looking at it because I'm having to keep my eyes on the road. But anyway, what we're doing this morning, we're going to do a landscaping job. It's not a very big job at all, it's a small job. We've done part of it. I was going to record the process of doing and kind of explain what we had to do, but when we did the first part of it, I had forgotten the tripod, and so we weren't able to get any footage. So what I'm going to do when I get there, I'm going to walk you through step by step what we've already done, and then we're going to set the camera up and I'm going to let you watch us. I'm going to film doing the remainder of what we've got to do. What had happened on this job, a lady had a diabetic episode is what they called it, and her foot hit the accelerator instead of the brake. And when that happened, I don't know if the lady passed out or not. They didn't divulge that information. But I do know they said she had a diabetic episode. Her car ran through the building. They had to completely reconstruct the wall, the windows, and everything. And what we've got to do, we've got to remove the 4 bushes that are there and finish up the mulch and everything like that. So I brought the tripod with me today. We're going to get the remainder of the footage, and when we get there, I'll explain so far what we've done. So stick around. All right, we're here. This whole section from the corner there all the way over to where this new air conditioning unit is, all that was destroyed when the lady drove her car up and literally drove into that wall. And what we've done so far, there was a big gully right here where these rocks are, where this rock is. What has happened is rainwater would rush off of that dormer right there and come down and literally pound this ground, and you could literally see the footing of the building right here. It's not doing it down this way, but it was doing it here, and the reason why is because this bed slopes from there down this way. It slopes down toward the parking lot, so the rainwater will run off that way. Well, it was literally eroding that ground next to the foundation completely away. So what I did, I dug the trench out and got it smooth, got it cleared out, and then I put a little bit of dirt back in it, and I guess you call it, I compacted it in, and then I put this rock on top of it to literally slow the water flow down. And you can see even right here where the water came out, but it didn't wash anything away. So now what we've got to do, I got to take this bush, that bush, and that little scraggly thing over there out. And then we're going to finish filling this in with mulch all the way to that air conditioning unit. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to get the tripod set up and take you along for the journey. And by the way, Nate's with me this morning, so let's get started. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna bring this plan over there and I'm gonna show it to you. I want to put something out. This was a very poorly planted bush. You see, you got some roots here on the top, but all these roots here never really invaded the ground. That's why I was able to pull this bush up by hand. Anytime you're planting a bush, you always wet down the roots a little bit, and then you take something and you rake the roots and get them where they're sticking out like this. A very good friend of mine that owns a nursery taught me that, because if you don't, even though it's in the ground, the roots won't grow out and invade the ground. And you can tell it's not a very healthy bush. Now, let me show you what to do there, Nate. Now, one other thing I want to point out, I don't think you can see this, so I'm gonna move the camera just a little bit. You've got a sweet gum tree and an oak tree growing into these bushes. Now, why is that? Well, one of the biggest reasons, I don't know if I'm in the shot. Hold on a second. Let me tilt the camera up because I want you to be able to see my face. One of the biggest reasons that happens is there's two facts of nature we cannot change no matter what we do. We can't stop it, we can't change it. And that is wind blows and birds fly. Now, what do I mean by that? Anytime the wind is blowing up, way up there are seeds filling the air that we can't see, we don't know about. And as the wind current slows down, those seeds begin to fall and they deposit everywhere. That's why you have a yard that's treated for weeds. All of a sudden, you go and you look, there's one dandelion popped up in the middle of the yard. Where did it come from? Well, most likely, it got carried on wind current and it deposited in that yard, or a bird flew over having eat a dandelion from another place, a dandelion seed, and it pooped it out in mid-flight and it deposited in that yard. And that's two facts of nature we can't change. There's no way we can stop seeds from flying through the air, whether it be on wind currents or with a bird. So that's why you get stuff like this. Just wanted to point that out. Grab these little scraggly pieces right here and put them over there with that other section. We'll take it to the dumpster in just a minute. I didn't record digging these other bushes up because I didn't think you'd want to sit here and watch me dig bushes up. broke rule number 9. Never go anywhere without a knife. Hello.
Are you clean?
No, I can get over my hand. The edge of the bed, whether it be curbing, concrete or asphalt or grass. What I normally like to do, I don't know if you can see the curving or not, but I usually dig a trench right along here, and I dig it down about that deep and about that wide, and I slope it like that so the mulch will not float and run down or be pushed by the water and run down onto the other surface. But I ain't got time to do that now. What they're I'll get it out in a minute. They're on a time crunch with the county we live in, and they're under a deadline with a permit, so they want to get this done so the construction will pass inspection, and then we'll address those other issues at another time. Now, give me that last bag of mulch. It's really bad right here. All right. Tear it open and put me a little pile right here. Just dump it right there. Now, there. And what was the end result?
It was like
You hit yourself right here, didn't you?
no. Caught it.
Well, it was on its way to hitting you in the head.
But it didn't.
I'll get that. I'll get that. Don't worry about that. I'll get that. All right, we're done. The actual construction permit comes, the midway is that brown conduit right there. Really, Nate? Really? You're gonna try to climb a wall. I cannot wait for Flossie to see this. That's almost as good as Nate's fail on on the zip line. If you guys haven't seen that short, go find the short with the zip line fail.
Not enough of a ledge right there. My foot on.
Fail number 2 for the day.
I didn't not succeed.
Okay, now let me show you what this area looked like when we started, because we're going to have to put some rock in here too. This right here is a classic example of erosion, and that right there is an irrigation head. Now, why in the world they put an irrigation head in between 2 air conditioning units, I don't know, unless it was already there when they installed the air conditioning units. That might be the case, I don't know. But anyway, we're probably going to have to put some rock in there too, I'm thinking, because we've got to do this whole bed all the way down to that sidewalk over there. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out to you. All right, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Tried to bring you a couple little tips and tricks and some explanations of some things. I hope you enjoyed it. I really do. I don't normally do projects like this on Saturday, but you see how quickly we got it done, and I didn't want to have to come during the busy week to do it, so Nate came with me and we got it knocked out in about, I don't know, 30 minutes or so. But anyway, this is Brian with Big South Outdoors TV. Always remember to live big, live southern, and live outdoors. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and when you do, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any content. Have a good Saturday, folks.